sister ran off with my ex, and now she wants an invitation to my wedding where I'm marrying her ex. Yeah, it's messy. About 5 years ago, my little sister started dating, let's call him Grant, and they set me up with Grant's best friend, let's call him Bryce. Growing up, my little sister and I were never that close. She was a brat and horrible to me and got everything she wanted, but because our boyfriends were now best friends, we started hanging out a lot more and started getting closer. Actually, her setting me up with my boyfriend was probably the only nice thing she'd ever done for me. But here's where the drama starts. When my sister and Grant had been dating for about a year and Bryce and I had been dating for about 9 months, I come home early to find my little sister and Bryce together, cheating on me. Do you think I confronted them immediately? No. I needed backup. I needed Grant. I don't know why I'm making it seem like there was some good reason to not confront them immediately and call Grant. I just needed backup, okay? I could not even process what was happening. My little sister and my boyfriend together. So I go outside and wait for Grant, who had left work early, and when he gets there, we go inside and confront the both of them. And you know what? They dumped us. Now listen, I was already gonna dump Bryce, obviously. He cheated on me with my little sister, but he beat me to the punch. I was like, are you kidding me? You're dumping me? No, I'm dumping you. I learned 2 days later that this had actually been going on for months. They were apparently already in love, and they were not dating each other. I was broken. I knew my little sister was selfish, and I knew that she didn't really think about other people's feelings, but I never thought she would do this to me. So my little sister moves right in with Bryce, and I move back in with my parents. Where else am I supposed to go? And what was really annoying is they kept talking about how happy my little sister and Bryce were. I don't know. I think that they were trying to smooth things over. Like, listen, he wasn't your person, but he is your little sister's person. Just be happy for her. I don't care. I don't care if he's literally her soulmate. Find somebody else. And obviously, the only person that understood what I was going through was Grant. Bryce was not his brother, but they had been best friends since childhood, so the betrayal was similar. And slowly, Grant became my best friend. Like, anytime something good happened to me, he was the person I wanted to call. He was my support system. He's honestly the best person in the world. And about 8 months after we got cheated on, we started dating, which was really hard for me. Even after this whole betrayal, the thought of dating my little sister's ex, like, it was still hard because I still felt loyalty to her, even though I shouldn't. But I gave myself a little smack in the head. I was like, hell, she's literally living in your old home with your ex-boyfriend. So, you can do whatever you want. About 2 months after Grant and I officially started dating, my little sister found out that Bryce was cheating on her. And he left her for the girl that he was cheating on her with. All I'm saying is you lose them how you get them, girlie. And after my little sister was dumped, about once every 2 months, she would text Grant trying to get back together with him. I'm sorry, not only did you home wreck my first relationship, now I'm healed, I'm happy, I'm in a new relationship, and you're trying to ruin that too. Grant is absolutely nothing like Bryce and never responded to my little sister and just ended up blocking her because he didn't even want to put up with the messages anymore. Flash forward to today, and I have absolutely no contact with my little sister. I think that she's a terrible person and I want nothing to do with her, and I don't want her in any part of my life. Last year, Grant and I got engaged, and I have been planning the wedding drama-free until my mom called me last week and told me that she wouldn't come to the wedding unless my little sister was invited. In my parents' eyes, my little sister can do absolutely no wrong, and she was just so young and didn't know better. She was in her mid-20s, okay? Also, I feel like somebody that's like 12 would know better than to do that. Then, my mom tells me, without your little sister, this wedding actually wouldn't even be possible because she's the one that brought Grant into your life and gave him to you. Gave him to me. Thank you. Thank you for giving me Grant. What a kind, selfless girl. And I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, and Grant and I were meant to be together. I was never meant to be with Bryce, whatever, but that does not take away from the fact that my little sister is a terrible person and did something terrible to me. My little sister's never really apologized. Also, she fully tried to wreck my relationship with Grant a year after we started dating. So, make that make sense. Why would I have her at my wedding when she tried to ruin my relationship with the man I'm marrying? My mom has always been very neutral about the situation, which always made me mad because there was a clear side that you should take, mine. So, I just uninvited my mom from the wedding. I was like, you know what? That was the worst time in my life. You saw how miserable I was. And the fact that you can defend her at all, disgusting. Don't come to my wedding. Right after I get off the phone with my mom, I get a very angry text message from my dad who tells me that if my mom isn't going to the wedding, he's not going to the wedding. And that I just need to get over this entire situation because my little sister and I are both in the wrong. We both did equally bad things because we both started dating each other's exes. I'm sorry. Can we rewind the tape and look at the timelines of when these relationships happened? Because I think that there was a big difference between when she started dating my ex and I started dating her. And that man ever gonna respond to that text message. And who texted me the next day but my little sister, who I haven't heard from in over 4 years. She was hitting up Grant, but not me. Didn't care about it. And do you think she was texting me to apologize, tell me she's grown, she's changed, she regrets her actions? No, she was telling me to grow up. She told me, this happened years ago, I'm not even with Bryce anymore, and you're just causing unnecessary drama in our family. Get over it, invite our parents back, and let me come. I don't know what to do because I want my parents at my wedding. Before this situation, we've always had a really good relationship, but I don't want my little sister there. I feel that she would do something to try and sabotage my wedding. Obviously, Grant doesn't want her there either. It's his ex-girlfriend who cheated on him with his best friend. I don't know, is it just worth it to avoid the drama? Let her come and ignore her the whole time? I feel like I would get sick just seeing her face. After everything that went down with my parents, I was giving them the complete silent treatment. No matter how many times they would text or call me, no response. They were even texting Grant nonstop to talk to me and try to talk some sense into me. But Grant was on my side because he's a logical, reasonable person. And then out of nowhere, I guess they had a change of heart because I get a super long apology text from my mom saying that I should get to decide who's in my life. It's not up to them, and they were really sorry for the way they were behaving. Okay, amazing, love that. And then my mom invites Grant and I over for family dinner that night. Now, I want to make clear that we do things very separate in my family. My sister and I are never at the same event. Again, we hadn't spoken in 4 years, and I do not go anywhere where she is. So by family dinner, it did not mean, the whole family. It was going to be me, Grant, and my parents. I think everything is great going back to normal, so imagine my surprise when I walk into my parents' house and I see my little sister sitting right at the dinner table with the most smug look on her face. I immediately turn around to leave, but my dad blocks the door and he's like, no, enough is enough. We need to talk and figure this out. And that's when I look over at Grant and all the color has drained from his face. He had not seen my little sister since the day we caught her and Bryce cheating on us. Seeing her automatically brought up a lot of old wounds for both of us, and we were not prepared to see her. We just got completely blindsided. And I did not go and sit down at the table, okay? I stood right there with my arms crossed right by the door. The minute my dad moved, I was out of there. The apology was actually a lie just to get Grant and I to come over, which is disgusting. Also, why would they make Grant come? There was no reason he needed to be there. I mean, there was no reason I needed to be there either, but Grant, come on. After not seeing this girl in years, you wanna know the first thing she says? Grant, you look really good. I almost lost it. But thank God that Grant is a quick thinker because he responds, yeah, that's what happens when you cut all the toxic people out of your life. The look on her face, absolutely floored. I do not know if anyone has ever really talked back to her.
Keratin root by Schwarzkopf. Instant root coverage and thicker looking roots to be ready for anything.
A diaper this leak-free sets them free. Only Pampers Cruisers 360 have a 3
like that. Then my mom starts going on this long tangent about how important family is and how we need to set aside our differences and really come together. I mean, it was just one ear out the other. I did not care about anything she had to say because she's a liar. She's lied to me and she manipulated me to put me and my fiance in a horribly uncomfortable situation. And after my mom's speech, my little sister pipes up and she said, yeah, Kels, I'm actually ready to forgive you. Forgive me? She's like, yeah, I mean, you started dating my ex-boyfriend. And if you think that what I did was messed up, I mean, like, you did the same thing. I did not do the same thing. Okay? I did not do the same thing. And then she looks at Grant and is like, and Grant, We always got along so well. I feel like the two of us could get really close again. She was flirting. It was not that she was flirting with my man. And my dad has the audacity to say, Kels, as a big sister, it's your responsibility to set a good example for your little sister. And forgiving her, that's the right step. I'm sorry, I don't owe her anything. I also don't need to set an example for her anymore. She's a full adult who can make her own choices, and she makes bad ones. And that's when Grant, my golden retriever, soft-spoken fiance, turns to my dad and says, you're not going to speak to her like that. You're also not going to put us in situations that we feel uncomfortable with. I need you to move out of the door because we're leaving. Okay, that's my man. Surprisingly, my dad actually moves out of the doorway. And as we're leaving, that's when my little sister goes, Grant, wait. Grant stops dead in his tracks and he says to my little sister, you know, I've always wished you the best. Even after you hurt me, I always wanted you to be happy and do good things for your life. But then he said, after tonight, I can honestly say, I don't wish you the best. I think you're a bad person, you're bad to your core, and you don't deserve good things in life to happen to you. I have never seen Grant speak to anybody like that or stick up for himself like that, so not surprising. Now I'm getting a million texts from my parents saying that Grant needs to apologize to my little sister because the comment he made devastated her. She literally has never apologized to him for cheating on him with his best friend. Looks like our wedding will both be child-free and family-free.
Something interesting about